welcoming yet again to another girl. Who don't you know? It is Marilyn Green. I am the hostess with the mostest. You know me. You know me. Okay. And so today begins what I call Pink Voices. Pink Voices is my give back to the women and men survivors of breast cancer, survivors and thrivers. And I'm so excited to have my first guest on. And let me just say this, you guys. I know a lot of people, but I don't know her, okay, at all. And I want to get to know her, and I want her to tell your story because every story helps people to heal.
Mm-hmm.
Every story helps people to heal. And so
Yes.
I'm excited about her being on. And hey, before we get started, though, I need you to do something for me. I need you to like, I need you to subscribe. I need for you to set that notification bell because guess what? It's going to be all month. And I need you just to be here for me as I'm here for you. Okay. So without further ado, my guest is Tywanna Pinky Burns. So we're gonna be calling her Pinky the whole time. Pinky
Yeah.
Burns, how you doing, girl? How you
I
doing?
I am well. I am well. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm fantastic. So I'm
Good.
happy that you're here and doing a celebratory month.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about you. Tell me, how did we get here to start talking to each other about breast cancer survivors and thrivers? You had to have it in order to
Yes.
get on here. I mean, it was a necessary evil, okay,
Yes.
to get on here. So tell me, how did all this start? Tell me.
So I'll jump to a little bit towards the beginning. I'm a 13-year breast cancer survivor as of August 16th of this year. So October of 2011, taking a shower and I felt a lump on my left side. I immediately thought that, hey, I just got bit by a mosquito or a spider, so I'll let
Oh,
it go. November came around, I let it go. December came around, I'm like, oh, it's still here. I let it go. Didn't bother me. It itched, but I was 39 at the time, so I'm nowhere near of age to get a breast exam or mammogram rather. So
mm-hmm.
that was the furthest thing from my mind. That's why the first thing that came to my mind, I got bit by something. So January comes around and I have my well woman check and I'm like, hey, while you're checking everything, I still have this spider bite that has not gone away since October. She's like, no, I think I'm going to send you to a breast surgeon. And I'm
Oh,
like, a breast surgeon for a spider bite? So, long story short, on down to seeing the breast surgeon. His name is Christopher Menendez. He's no longer in St. Louis, which I hate, but I loved him. I loved his office. The way that they brought me in, I felt more of a family member than a patient. And this was before diagnosis or anything. I felt like it was more family oriented. So I love that. Um, so he does the biopsy, and when I go back in for him to tell me the results, his words were very comforting to me, which that's why I loved him. His words were comforting, but the look on his face said, "Get ready." So
oh,
that gave me the silent time to get ready. But since his words were comforting, I was being comforting with him. Like, okay, I got you. So what do we do next? When do we start this? When do we do that? But just like his face was letting me know, get ready, in the back of my mind, it was like, okay, you need to get ready. I know you're talking a little sweet and haha now, but you need to get ready. So I told my mom what it was. I never cried. I didn't cry. I didn't. Why me, or woe is me? It was just a wow. And like, okay, I need to know what's next. I need to get moving with what's going on. So right before I had surgery first, and I chose to have a bilateral mastectomy, which is taking both breasts because the lump was only on the left side. But from talking to two people, which I don't remember their name, and then talking to a plastic surgeon, I found out that I can get a 2 for 1. So my 2 for 1 was I could get a tummy tuck to
Oh,
make new breasts. So I got a tummy tuck and new breasts. So that was my 2 for 1. And because I was 39, that was to me the best option for me because for one, I've been trying to get rid of my little pooch in my stomach forever and it just wouldn't go away.
all right. Tell the
Um,
truth, Pinky. Tell the truth. Okay.
yes.
I love that 2 for 1. 2 for 1.
Yes, 2 for 1.
Okay.
And two, I did not want silicone. I did not want them to look false, feel false. Um, and then they told me that even if I did choose to get silicone on down the line, maybe 60 or 70 years of age, I would have had to get them replaced.
What?
So, and then my body may not, would have meant that my body may have rejected the silicone. So with my stomach fat, that's my own tissue, my own everything. So I'm not going to reject it. My breasts are going to feel and look normal. They won't look hard and just kind of distorted how some of people's breasts look. So I loved it. I love my 2 for 1. But right before surgery, my youngest son now he is 32. So at the time he was probably 17, 16 or 17. And sometimes you just don't think that your child is aware of certain things or that they listen or pay attention. But I always say out of the mouth of babes. So he
Right.
comes in my room with this little small tiny jar and it had a seed in it. And he's young and mischievous or whatever. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, this boy better not be coming in my room telling me that he want to start growing anything in my backyard at a time like this. No. So he says, no, Mom, this is a mustard seed. And
Oh.
if you just have the faith the size of this
Oh.
mustard seed, everything will be okay. I'm getting chills now. Every time I tell this story, I
Oh my
always get
God.
chills when I tell that part of the story.
Wow.
Because him telling me that instantaneously, I was okay with everything. Like the fear, the anxiety, everything
Wow.
left me.
Wow.
I went head on. Like I went into surgery with a smile on my face. I woke up and I looked over at my mom. I had a smile on my face. That's how I went through the 9 months of everything. I had a smile on my face. Now, I don't want people to think that it's like going through cancer treatment is to walk on clouds or whatever, because I had bone pain. I had depression. I was sad. I had a blood clot in my neck from the port. So it's definitely rough, but one thing that you have to do and you have to do this when you're going through, any type of cancer treatment. I just don't want to say breast cancer, any type of cancer treatment, you have to be positive about your outlook on life. Because if you're down, if you're sad, if you're constantly thinking that woe is me or this is the end, that will deter you quicker than the disease will.
Wow.
So you have to be positive, think positive, speak over your life about all of that. But him telling me, if I have the faith that everything was going to be okay, that took me to the moon and above.
Girl.
So yeah, I had all of that. And when I do tell my story, I tell people that 9 months was the best time of my life. It's weird to say, but that was the best time of my life. I felt so comforting. I felt free. I felt alive. When my hair fell out, a couple of my friends and my boyfriend at the time, we went to Osage Beach to like a little Airbnb out there. And I did cut my hair off to a mohawk because I knew that eventually it would fall out, but I didn't want to see it all come out. Like just to see a little bit of a mohawk come out, that's okay. So they were getting tattoos and piercings, and I'm just sitting back watching because I can't do anything. And, I'm patting my hair, and all of my mohawk lifted up off of my head.
Girl, no, wait
And
a
I'm
minute.
like, oh my God, I've only had 2 treatments. What is going on? But they did say my first 3 treatments would be really, really strong. And I did not expect my hair to come out that quickly. So I'm like patting it down. The weather was bad and windy. I'm like, please don't let this mohawk blow off of my head.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with with you. I'm
While we
done with
riding
you,
around,
Pinky. I'm done. Oh,
I'm already going through enough.
okay.
Just keep this on my head till I get home.
Right.
So once I got home, I literally did this, and it was gone. So it stayed on until then, and 2 teardrops came out, and something in me said, don't do that. You already knew your hair was gonna fall out. We're not gonna be that woe is me. And so it was try me. Like I'm in full blown fight mode right now. My hair's out. I'm getting cancer treatments. So I'm a full blown cancer patient right now. So try me.
Come on.
I never thought of why me, woe is me. It was just try me. And that was the fighter in me. Like it now, ding ding, that was the bell in the ring to start
on.
fighting.
Let's do what you said. Let's do this. Okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So again, during all that, the kind of the bad thing or the worst thing that happened during that time was me getting the blood clot. I had a previous blood clot in 93, just when I gave birth to my youngest son. But just to know that the blood clot is in my neck, like it can move to my heart or my lungs. And I'm like, do you want me to be still? Am I supposed to be still? Because before I didn't see my son for his first 3 months of his life because I had to be still and lay in the hospital because it was in my ovarian vein and they didn't want it to move to my lungs or move down my leg. Right. So when they said it was in my neck, I'm like, I don't need to be admitted, like none of that. And they were like, no, we'll just give you the Lovenox shots and you can go home. And I'm like, okay. But it was the nervousness because I knew what blood clots were.
Yes. So let me stop you real quick.
Sure.
Let's go back for a minute. So okay. You say you was in the shower, and we always know the value of not only mammograms, but the value of self-breast examinations.
Correct.
My question to you is that you felt the lump. You probably saw it too, but you felt the lump, right? And you just played it off. Why did you think you just played it off? And how long did you say? Why did you just say you got bit by a spider? Why did you say you just got bit? You mean, what was in your head at this point?
Honestly speaking, breast cancer was nowhere around. And I hate to, and I'm 53 now, so I hate to say that it was an old people's thing. But back then, in my 30s, the only time that you heard about women getting breast cancer, they were 60 and above, 70 and above. There's no way that this is breast cancer, and I'm just 39. Like, where were the signs? Where was anything of an indicator other than me putting lotion on and feeling a lump? Now, I did not do an exam on myself. I was putting lotion on and I felt just like a little raise in my skin. And so I know when you get bit by a spider that's what you feel. You feel a little raise, a little bubble in your skin. So that's why that was the very first thought. Oh, I must have got bit by something. And when it didn't go away within a couple of weeks, I got bit by a spider. So I'm like, okay, I know spider bites normally take a long time to go down. They'll raise up. I don't know what kind of spider I got bit by, but I'll just let it go on. And it was itchy, but not like a mosquito bite itchy. To the point like I, didn't even realize it was there come November and December. But putting lotion on and taking a shower, I felt it, but it wasn't in my mind.
Okay.
Until January, and I'm like, hey, this spider bite is still here. Something is wrong. Maybe it's not a spider bite, but never did I think it was breast cancer.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Never did I think it was breast cancer, and that's why doing monthly at home self breast exams is very detrimental and very important because you don't want it to linger on and go on. Luckily, it was just 3 months that it went on, and I was just stage 1. Because what if my woman exam could have been further down the year and I didn't go see anybody until then, it could have progressed and went on. Also, the one thing I did forget to say, when I had my double mastectomy and they took both breasts, they did do a pathology report on the right side. The right side, I had 80% worth of precancer cells on the right side. So if I did not get that right side removed, I would have eventually had to go through the same thing for the right side.
Wow. So is breast cancer in your family?
No, and I forgot to say this too. So I had what is called triple negative breast cancer.
Oh,
Tri-
okay.
triple negative means that it was not hormonal, it wasn't hereditary, and I did not have the HER2 gene. So yeah, nobody on my mother's side had breast cancer. I don't know about my father's side. My father passed in his early 40s. His mother passed when he was 2. His dad passed, so there was no one that I could really
Wow.
ask on my dad's side, which I don't believe, but there was no one that I could ask on my dad's side.
Wow. Wow.
But on my mom's side, there was no one at all. I was the first person. So now this year, there are 2 people behind me now.
Really?
Yeah. So both of my mom's sisters have now had breast cancer.
Wow.
After me. And theirs was different than mine. Like they have to take that hormone 5-year hormone pill or estrogen pill. So to me, theirs was more of a hormonal breast cancer, to where mine was triple negative. The scary thing for me with the triple negative, with me, and I'm a bad Googler, with me Googling and just researching about it. So triple negative in Black women, there's only a 5-year survival rate.
Wow.
Like Black women are not known to live past 5 years with triple negative breast cancer.
And here you are at 13 years. The
to God be the glory.
You the champion. You say, hey,
yes.
I'm gonna fight this thing. But you know,
yes.
it's a whole lot of validity into what you said. The mustard seed, the level of faith, the rising up the fight, because you can fight.
Oh, yeah.
What your body is thinking is trying to tell you. But you know, because the Bible says that we were fearfully and wonderfully made.
That's
it
correct.
also says that we are his workmanship. He did not put all this there. So
right.
there's some inflammation and some negative stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm a firm believer in that, Pinky, that you got to watch what you say, because it's how would I say, your body and the reverberations that you get by the sound of saying negative words.
Correct.
You know? And so
that just builds up inside of you. The more you speak it out, it's getting into your pores, into your skin, and into your brain, into where that's all you think.
That's all you think, and
that's all you think.
You're creating your own history of negativity.
Correct.
Not only in your body, but everybody around you. You know how that goes.
Correct.
So I'm just saying, but I'm happy that you said that you made that decision to do both of the breasts, you know. So I always go there because my shows are always overall about mental wellness. Okay.
Yes.
I know you got that fight, okay, in you from your son, from the mustard seed and everything else. You also said about the depression of it. How did you get past the depression? What was your focal point on that?
So I did speak with someone. I didn't, and it may have been only 2 months that I spoke with someone at Siteman Cancer Center just about going through cancer or whatever. I don't want to say that I just shrugged it off, but I kind of did. Like I didn't want to be depressive. I did not want to be in that boat. And there were a lot of things that I could have been depressive for and of. Right before, and literally right before I got my diagnosis, I transferred into a new position at my job. So I never even worked one day in that position, and I had to leave out and go on to short-term disability, which turned into long-term disability, which turned into, okay, we can't hold your position. And I couldn't be mad, but now I'm going through breast cancer, and now I don't have a job. Which I still had the money coming from the job, being on short-term disability, but just the fact of getting up in the morning and going to your job, that type of mentality, that was gone. It's just, I'm sitting at home waiting for that short-term disability check to come in the mail. And it probably could have been a good thing. Like maybe I may not have, my depression would have been a little bit heightened if I'd have been at work, going through the stress of that and having to leave to get this. And then I come back from treatments and I'm tired, but I got to keep up with the work or else they're going to fire me. So maybe, to me, everything was laid out for me, that needed to be done or that had to be done. So I don't regret anything. Not one. I don't regret the cancer. I don't regret the blood clot. I don't regret leaving the job fired me. None of it. The only thing that I do regret that I decided to do, so because both breasts were removed and they used my stomach fat to make new breasts. So I still have my shell of my skin and my breast, my own natural. The only thing that they did was cut off the areola and throw that out or throw that away. So they used some skin from my stomach when they did the tummy tuck or whatever you want to call it, and put that skin there. So I did not have any nipples. Okay. So part of me was like, okay, well, I don't have to wear a bra anymore. I can go out and just do what I want to do.
Oh, really?
They sitting up nice, like I just got out of
high school. Oh, they perky, girl. They was perky.
Yes,
they was perky.
Yes. And I don't, no one will know. But then I thought in my mind, okay, I still have this insurance for my job. Maybe I should go ahead and get the nipple placement now. I don't want to fully be done with the job and then I lose my insurance and part of me wants to get it and now I can't. So because of my insurance reasons, I said, no, let me go ahead and get the surgery. Got the surgery and my nipple was this big. And I said, well, they were like the size of thimbles.
Like it was small?
No, it was long and it was very, very long, like the size of a thimble.
Oh my God.
And so I asked, I said, wait a minute, are these going to go down? And they said, oh yeah, right now they're just a little swollen. They're just a little swollen, but they will go down. They will go back down to normal. So they went past normal and they just went back down to flat skin to where you wouldn't even know I had that surgery. So what? I basically had the surgery for nothing.
Oh my God.
So that's the only thing that I regret is having to do that. I did go in and get tattooed because I do have tattoos. So I think I only did it because I wanted to see what it was about. So I got tattoo areolas. That ended up fading. So I'm like, okay, whatever. At least I did it and I could say I did it to see what it was about. But so, yeah.
Pinky, you a mess, girl. I love your authenticity. I love your genuineness. I just love all that transparency. Like, it's real.
Yeah, it's real. I have to be raw and real to give the viewers and the listeners and people that are coming up behind me that are cancer patients, I have to give them exactly what I thought and what I felt and actually what happened. And even with that, I'm very open about my story. I mean, I'll talk to people in the grocery store about my story. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Because it may help. But this particular time I was talking to a guy and I was explaining to him my surgery and he was like, oh, so you got Barbie doll breasts. And I was offended for a minute. I'm like, but then I'm like, you know what? That's kind of right. I do. I don't, if you take the shirt off a Barbie doll, you don't see any areolas. You don't see any nipples. That's exactly what I have, sir. You are correct. But when I walked away pissed and mad, like, how dare he Barbie doll? But once I got home and started thinking about stuff, I'm like, well, his thought process was spot on. So yeah. And then that's just kind of how I took stuff. I can't be mad at someone else's vision or thought about things because I had people, I always wore pink hair. In the front, I either had pink braids, there's another quick story about that. So when my hair grew back, before that, so my mom is of age and she has a gray patch in the front and it only grows gray here. Like everything else is black and it just grows gray there. Everybody loves it because everybody thinks that she purposely did that and she didn't.
Yeah, like mine.
Yes, right in the front like hers. When my hair grew back, I have a gray patch right there. And I was like, oh no, me and my mom would not look like twins. So, so that's when I started dyeing my hair pink right there. But then I would get these looks like who she thinks she is. Does she thinks she Nicki Minaj and just all this other stuff. And I'm just like, do you not realize I'm a cancer survivor? The pink is just representing that because
Exactly.
purple is my favorite color. But
Okay.
at that time, it was just the pink hair that I just embraced that. It was the pink hair because I wanted to kind of get rid of the patch. But so
But
yeah,
did
I
they?
just little
But now your name Pinky didn't come at that time, right?
it didn't come it didn't come until maybe 2018, I want to say. So yeah, several years after,
Okay.
that's when it came. And I think when I broadened my business, that's when it came. So
Okay. Well, let's talk. Wait, let's talk about your business.
yes,
Okay.
I
Let me
was just
just say
about to
this.
talk about
Let
that.
me say this to the audience. Okay. One of the things that I love about these stories is that there's an opportunity to see that that person was not stuck. Okay.
Hmm.
That person definitely said, yeah, this happened to me. And
Right.
okay, but that's not going to stop me from moving forward. 13 years afterwards, or before then, she still had a dream, right?
Hmm.
And in her dream, it was like, hey, what can I do? I'm creative. I can do this and I can do that. So she started her own company. Tell us about that.
So 2011 is actually when I started my company.
Uh huh.
And it was just selling body oils because I would go to the flea market on the weekend and purchase my body oils. And something just says, what about the people that want body oils during the week? Like, why do we have to wait till the weekend? So that made me Google and research and like start my own business. And so it was called Royal Scents. Again, my favorite color is purple.
Right.
But in 2012, when I got breast cancer, that's when I changed the name to Survivor Sense.
Okay.
Um, and because I had my business in 2011, some of the people at my job already was purchasing from me. So even though I was not able to go to work and I was getting that short-term disability money, I was still popping up to my job selling my oils to the customers at work. Like I was still out there doing it. And again, smile on my face. You would never
Right.
know that I was going through cancer treatment because so many people said, "Oh, we just thought you got to have had a bad perm or just cut your hair off," because because of the smile on my face. I wore my big earrings and I just wore my confidence.
Okay.
But so yeah, 2012 is when I got breast cancer and changed the name. So I still kept with it. Even going through my treatments, I was still, making oils and selling oils. 2013 came and I went back to work. So they were still getting the oils there.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kept on till I want to say 2017. So 2017, I still have my business that I'm still doing. It's still working. But my knee was bothering me.
Okay.
So I left out and I had a meniscus tear repair. During my recovery, my knee was still bothering me. And he's like, oh, yeah, you're going to need a total knee replacement. Now, when I tell you I'm not a runner, hopper, skipper, jumper, I had a sit down job and I can't even tell you today. Well, I think that it was from chemo. But other than that, I have no idea why my knee bothered me or that I had to get
Right.
my knee
Right.
replaced. So I had a meniscus tear repair on the right knee. I had a total knee replacement on the right knee. 3 or 4 months after that, I had a total knee replacement on the left knee. A month after that, I had what is called a manipulation under anesthesia on the right knee. And manipulation under anesthesia means you're under anesthesia and the doctor is manipulating your leg and knee to make sure that it is moving and can move. None of that never worked, even with all that. So a year after that, I had my kneecap on my right knee replaced. Why your kneecap is not included in a total knee replacement, I have no idea. I don't. Why is that something separate? But I had the kneecap replaced or patella replaced, which would
Yeah,
be
the
the
patella.
correct.
Yeah.
Um,
So
so
you were
20,
doing, you were still doing the oils and all
I
this.
was, I sure was. I sure
Oh,
was. I did not have a website or anything at the time. I didn't get my website until 2021, I believe. So
mhm.
yeah, it was word of mouth. It was me just letting people know. I wasn't heavily on Facebook, but that's where some of the stuff was. So yeah, it paid a couple of bills, so I was happy with it.
Right. So as we go forward, we're about to close today, but this has been so delightful.
Yes,
It's been
yes.
so delightful. But it's one thing that you talked about your hair, but so people know, I usually ask my guests to give one or two positive messages that they want to share with the audience. And one of the things that she said, and she said it, and you heard her say it, it's about early detection is the key, a
Mm-hmm.
positive attitude, as we can see,
Correct.
and to keep your faith. Now, this one right here was, you are not your hair.
Correct.
Prayer doesn't define you. Those
Yes.
are from Pinky Burns, just letting you know that get your early detection, have a positive attitude, and keep
Correct.
your mustard seed faith. I added the mustard,
Yes.
okay? And
Yes.
remember that you are not your hair, you know.
Yes.
And I just wanted to put that in there, and your hair does not define you. So it's
Correct.
also is something else that Pinky is having now, and I'll say that. Now, every year she works with her fellow Pink sister, okay, April Isaac,
Mm-hmm.
and they have an annual Pinktober, all right? And it's going to be October the 25th, a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for those who are listening, I am going on Facebook for sure. Once I get that flyer, I am going to put it on the comments, all right?
Okay.
So you all would know about it. But it's something that she didn't know April Isaac until they both became really what, Pink Sisters? And
Correct.
they started to
Mm-hmm.
work together to give this event. And each time they have a theme and all that. But so the beautiful thing about all this is that it didn't stop her.
Yes.
Okay, nothing stopped her, even though it was a breast issue, it was a knee issue. I mean, she didn't been in so much. She started using the real word, the patella. Okay, the patella, the patella. So she's been
Yes.
through a lot, y'all, but
Yes.
nevertheless, she is here because this is what, October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and
Mm-hmm.
she certainly is a champion of
Yes.
what can happen with a super positive attitude and a little bit, a lot of faith. Okay.
Yes.
So, is there anything else you want to say, Miss Pinky Burns, before we close out? Because, like I said, this has been delightful. Tell us.
So no, yeah, just make sure all of those 3 points. Make sure that you keep your faith. Make sure that you get your do your self breast exams. And if you are traveling down that road, yes, you are not your hair. Your hair does not define you. Wear your baldness proud, like be proud of that. Your hair does grow back, like you because you don't have hair, that does not mean that you don't have character. You still have character. You're still you. You just don't have hair at the time.
Yeah. Well, Pinky Burns, I like saying your name, Pinky Burns. It's Tywanna Pinky
Yes.
Burns. Okay. It sounded like some kind of gangster a long time ago, Pinky Burns. Okay. But you know, somebody is, you know what I'm saying. But
Yes, yes.
that's Pinky Burns. Don't fool with her. It's one of those type things. But no, it has been a joy, and we're going to end for now. But like I said, she's the first survivor and thriver that I'm interviewing. I have some more that are coming on, but certainly telling your story is really something that other people need to hear, that's going through, been through, or
Yes.
whatever. But you can see that the joy that she has, is serious. It's serious
Yes.
joy. She did not. I love the fact you don't let it stop.
No.
You
Mm-mm.
fight for real. You fight
Yes.
for this. So I'm
Yes.
gonna end now, and thank you so much, Pinky Burns, for coming on and
You're
telling
welcome.
your truth, telling your truth. But you have been listening to Girl, Don't You Know, with Marilyn Green, the hostess. You know me with the mostest. Okay. Until next time. Thank you so much and have a super great night.